The big story tonight, the arrest of one of Italy's top CEOs of defense firm Finmeccanica for allegedly paying bribes to in India in the 4,000 crore, the nearly 4,000 crore VVIP helicopter deal. Red-faced India's defense minister A.K. Antony has ordered a CBI probe into the deal.
I wrote to Antony Ji, you can start your own inquiry, but government is not at all interested in starting investigating this corruption deal because they want to cover up each and every corruption deal.
Investigation also has to find out whether bribes influencing the deal has affected the quality of the acquisition of defense equipments.
A cautious man that he is, Defence Minister A.K. Antony immediately brought in the Central Bureau of Investigation to probe the allegations of bribery in the Augusta-Westland helicopter deal, even though the Defence Ministry had insisted that it had done due diligence before going ahead with the contract. Now, a big question mark hangs over the delivery of the remaining 9 helicopters. In New Delhi, Nitin Gokhale for NDTV.
So are bribes still an integral part of defence deals decades after Bofors? Joining me on this is Renuka Chaudhary, Rajya Sabha MP. I'm also joined by Manvendra Singh of the BJP, co-convener of the BJP's defence cell. Also with me tonight is retired Lieutenant Colonel K.R. Dharmadhikari, member of Transparency International. I'm also joined by the former Air Chief, Air Marshal S. Krishnaswamy. Also with me tonight is Chitra Subramaniam. We all know her as the journalist who actually broke the big Bofors story. She's now, of course, in a completely different field, but interesting to see some of the similarities here. And as I said, also with me, former Air Chief S. Krishnaswamy. But let me go across to you first, Manvendra Singh of the BJP, because this is something the BJP has been talking about for a while in Parliament. Prakash Javadekar had brought it up, and A.K. Antony responded saying we don't have enough evidence for a formal inquiry. He's now ordered a CBI probe, but much too late after we've seen a CEO of a defence firm arrested in Italy.
Well, the case has been on in the air for last 1 year, and in Switzerland and in Italy, there's been enough talk about it, there's been enough coverage of it, and the writing was on the wall, but obviously the government of India couldn't read the writing.
Renuka Chaudhary, has this actually caught the government on the back foot? Because a man like Mr. A.K. Antony, a defence minister known for his honesty and integrity, in fact, you even had some opposition leaders point to the fact that this honesty leads to an unacceptable delay in defence purchases, had said there's not enough evidence. Now we see Italy moving ahead and actually arresting a CEO of one of its top defence firms. Why do we never see action like this in India?
Sonia, I think it's odious to do comparatives. Italy is Italy, they have their own bunch of problems, they keep changing their prime ministers, they have other issues. Why are we even comparing ourselves to them? The issue here is that there is a suspect. There is a suspect that there is a suspicion that a bribe has been paid here in India. Now, Mr. Antony, whose integrity we really shouldn't doubt even now. How easily we throw away a lifetime of
I'm not doubting his integrity at all.
And a good man.
I'm not doubting his integrity at all.
He may be slow, but he's steady, and he's slow with a good reason, because it is with due diligence and caution that we need to move ahead, not just randomly fire on all fronts and say, okay, there's a knee-jerk reaction and here we'll do this. He did ask the CBI to go ahead and check if there's any truth to this. Now, this is an allegation, and the Italian government has gone ahead and arrested the CEO. Now, we don't know for a fact whether the CEO claimed that he had to pay a bribe and took the money and pocketed it. We don't know if the CEO actually came to India and gave the bribe. Who did he give it to? these have to be established.
The
before we
details,
start,
the details are quite clear in documents which have been around, reported by the Indian Express, reported by channels, reported by NDTV, that it was paid to a middleman in Switzerland. I'm joined also by the former Chief of Air Staff, Air Chief Marshal S. Krishnaswamy. Sir, when you see this allegation, it really, what has changed since Bofors times? Again, at that time, it actually came out when a foreign government are the ones who actually investigated, looked at these kind of financial deals, and that's when India has reluctantly come to the table in a sense. Now we've ordered a CBI probe, which means that any fresh purchases will again be delayed for months. What's really the way forward? Let me clarify that the helicopter delivery has not been stopped yet though. Go ahead, sir.
No, they haven't been stopped.
Yes.
I was just going to interrupt, and that supply will continue because I don't think there's a defect in the helicopter and the quality of the chopper.